Alright boys, we're back with our $1,000 PC build for this month. And for this month, let's just say there is only one GPU for you, and that's the RTX 3070. And you want it in a $1,000 build. Yes boys, $1,000 for a gaming build with an RTX 3070, and of course we want this in a modern platform. And as always, our criteria for this build is everything must be brand new, no used or refurbished PC parts in here, and they must be in stock at the time of recording. This ensures that when you're viewing this video, you are going to be able to buy these things. Let's kick things off with our processor. In our case here, we have selected the one of the most bang for the buck Intel CPU, the Core i5-12400F. Comes with that juicy 6 Alder Lake cores and 12 threads. This is a well-balanced CPU and will excel on most games. And yes, we will be using the stock cooler, okay? Now, this processor is only setting us back $175, and there's only a few in stock left, but these do get refilled pretty quickly. For the motherboard, we are as always using a B660 motherboard, and what we have selected is the ASRock B660M Pro RS motherboard. Micro ATX motherboard from ASRock, and yeah, unfortunately still has that Intel Core 2 Duo compatibility. This is just a standard B660 board, comes with heatsinks on our NVMe and VRMs, and has that reinforced PCIe slot for your GPU. RGB headers are there, and the best part is it's only at $110. Nothing fancy with this board. We're not running a power hungry setup in this thing anyway, so yeah, this will work just fine. For the RAM, we have selected the Team Group T-Create Expert Overclocking RAM. Now, we wouldn't be doing any overclocking here apart from enabling XMP in BIOS. So this RAM kit comes with 3600 MHz speeds, decent XMP timings at 18, 22, 22, 42, and the best part is that it comes at only $51. That's 51 bucks, boys. Gray color, which will sit just fine for our motherboard. Oh yeah. The storage for this build is pretty basic, nothing really fancy here. We're just going for a cheap Silicon Power 512GB NVMe, boys. Yes, simple and cheap at $33.49. It's not amazing, but it'll do the job. And we figured that if we're going to cheap out on something, this will probably be it, right? Now, before we proceed, if you're watching this video way out in the future, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you wouldn't miss out if you're thinking of building a PC in the future. We put out the best PC parts on a set budget on that particular time, so you would get them right there and in. Alright, now for our RTX 3070, we have selected the Zotac Gaming RTX 3070. This is currently the cheapest RTX 3070 that you will find and in stock. This is only at $530, which is an amazing deal. There is this other RTX 3070, the PNY model, which comes with 3 fans, and there are only currently 2 stocks left, so get this fast if it's still available. Otherwise, the Zotac card will be for you. It's certainly not the best looking card out there and only comes with dual fans, but this is still a pretty decent performer, boys, and you can't argue with the price. I mean, we're trying to stay as close to $1,000 here. Alright, so yeah, we'll stick with this one, right? The RTX 3070 is a solid performer and will give you a decent all-around gaming experience, and of course access to those NVIDIA software suite and applications. Of course, if you want the most bang for the buck, this would be the card to get, and this is what I would probably get in this price point. But if we're still sticking to the RTX 3070, we'll have to go with the Zotac one. To power our graphics card, we'd be picking a decent power supply, and what we have selected is the TurboTech Smart BX1 650 watts 80 plus bronze power supply. This is a non-modular power supply, but it comes with a decent build quality. 576 watts on the 12 volt rail, of course 5 years of that TurboTech warranty. All this for a low price of 45 bucks. That, my friends, is an amazing deal. So yeah, this would be the power supply to get at this price point. Now, to fit all these parts, we will be using another RAID Max case, and this would be the RAID Max X627. It's a decent looking case, partially mesh front with 3 ARGB fans free, pure black theme case with that power supply shroud, and I think it looks pretty decent, and this is currently at 30% off, which brings us down to 70 bucks. Now, I would have picked the i3 Neo in this build, but I understand not everyone likes that gray accent and that case, so we'll go ahead with this one, right? So overall, we have a 12th gen Core i5 processor, a B660 motherboard, 16GB of 3600 MHz RAM, an RTX 3070 graphics card with solid 650 watts power supply, all for only $1,015.34. And yes, I know we've exceeded a little bit, but we really don't want to compromise on anything else to reach this budget. As always, boys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We will be updating this $1,000 PC build specs guide again next month, which will be very interesting when AMD drops their latest generation of graphics cards. Hopefully it'll drop GPU prices down. So yes, we'll see you in that video.